It's the final day of the Nile Conference and the final game of the Nile Conference here at the Basketball Africa League Season 4. We've seen lots of tectonic action here in the Egyptian capital. And Ahly Sporting Club already qualified through for the finals in Kigali, take on Bangui Sporting Club, who are seeking qualification.
Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you. Front court pair of Ehab Amin and Mark Lyons, and then in the backcourt pair we have Nukin and Mark Lyons. In the front court, Mitchell leading the team in minutes, and then Omar Arabi off his double-double performance, going to try and provide some big presence in the paint. He's a problem to cover, and this is the Ahly's version of going big.
Let's see Bangui and book our ticket and maybe a first position. Well, there's the starting five there. Cute.
Weckscheider off his 20-point performance alongside conferences and BAL's leading scorer Laurie Fuller. Can't miss a shot. Nyang Weck and Jim Rabai, Captain Fantastic. Terry Darland shores up the front court, and what he's gonna do on the floor is gonna be important for this Bangui Sporting Club.
Tip-off time here, and it is, of course, the men in white, Bangui Sporting Club of the Central African Republic in possession. Darlan, there he is, Terry Darlan goes for three, high over the top, and picked up by that. And a good opportunity there once again. Weck. Arabi makes it safe for the back. Ahly in possession.
Always talk about the presence of a big man and shot changing. That's what Arabi did on those couple of possessions.
Lions. Oh, he just didn't get the right pass to Prince Ali. Good defensive cover there. Rolly Fuller, such an important player in this Bangui team.
He is, and there was also really good awareness from Weckscheider in the passing lane, getting a hand on.
Jim Rabai tries to deal with Arabi, unable to get the score. Rolly Fuller has it pinched by Amin. Amin's so quick, so fast. Lyons is waiting for it at the back end of the court, but he's unable to get that pass over there.
He was just struggling to keep the handle on that one. A beautiful move to get by Darlan, and then just trying to keep control of the basketball. It just couldn't quite get his fingertips around it.
And there's the first score scored by that man Mitchell Jr. And Ahly take the first points here on home court.
Great execution on that baseline out of bounds, finds Mitchell Jr. an easy two.
Darlan goes for three. And Weck tries to keep it in play, knocks it out. They will have possession here, Ahly.
Darlan is just trying to find his rhythm from the outside. It's 30% he's been shooting it from the three-point line, and his 30 attempts he's made 9.
Bangui losing 79-85 in the reverse battle between these two teams. Arabi does the business in the paint.
He is super efficient at close range and can really be a pivotal point in the offense.
Weckscheider. Rolly Fuller. Well, that's a few missed shots now. They still haven't managed to get off the mark. And they'll want to try and turn that around. It's not the ideal start against a team like Ahly, defending champions. Arabi takes the high ball from Amin and then out wrestles everybody to dunk it big time. There you go. He's made his mark already.
Our big man doing big things, and that is Arabi with a statement dunk inside.
Weckscheider. Darlan trying to keep Amin at bay. Jim Rabai goes attacking, tries to loft it over the top. He doesn't have the soft touch direction. Arabi getting in his face. Oh, a little steal. Weckscheider goes up. It's a put in by Weck.
Well, someone had to score eventually for Bangui. It's like there was a lid on the rim, and maybe now there'll be some relaxation as they finally get their first field goal.
It's always a little bit of a nervous start, isn't it? You know, when you come up against such a high-profile team. And of course, Bangui are debutants in the BAL, whereas Ahly are the defending champions. As Amin, star player, played just over 30 minutes. First time that he broke into the 30-minute, broke the 30-minute barrier.
Coach Joubert talking about using his players a little bit more in their last outing against Ahly Libya. He had to go deeper into his rotation to ensure the win. And you're looking at Beckscheider's miss, but right there cleaning up Nyangwek on the putback. Arabi, fantastic footwork for the finish.
Don't go near the colossal man when he's on fire and on a mission.
That's his version of a poster.
That is a poster. He's a Marvel comic hero as far as I'm concerned. Here he goes again. Well, he has, there's a foul that's committed, and that is frustrating for Weck because he got caught up in front of Arabi. You can see this.
And maybe those are the difficult ones to call, but maybe a case there for Weck's frustration.
Well, you know, put himself into that cross position, you know, he was going down, but he was either going to be the graveyard position or he's going to get the call against Arabi.
Well, maybe just falling a little bit too early, and then that is what triggers the blocking foul. But Arabi to the free throw line, 53% free throw shooter throughout conference competition, and it's an area that he needs to try and exploit a little bit more because he does get a chance at the charity stripe quite often.
Good scoring from Arabi, 7 points to 2. 2 fouls given up by Bangui in the first 3.5 minutes. Beckscheider, Jim Rabai out wide. He's cut in on numerous occasions against Arabi, but Rolly Fuller trying to get his three-pointer. Gets knocked out. They're going to get possession back, Bangui.
This is a stark contrast to what we saw in the first fixture between these two teams. You remember Bangui were under control, composed, and they were getting the baskets to fall. But also, jump shots not falling could be a little bit of that wear and tear, and just signs of fatigue early.
Beckscheider trying to get his shot coming off the glass and in, doesn't fall. Made safe at the back by Mitchell Jr. and taken forward. Prince Ali out to Lyons. Lyons aim in. He's got support out to the left-hand side, but it's Prince Ali who goes on a little bit of a wonderful, decides to go himself. Look at that. That is fantastic play, and he does cause a real stink in the paint there with Rolly Fuller committing the foul.
Now a quick turn gets the defense of Darlan on his back, and you just see him get by, try to tap away, and then elevates straight into Fuller, who commits the foul.
But just look at the way where he came from. I mean, he went on like a wild goose chase of his own, you know, causing all sorts of problems. He had a few followers at one point, you know, and making a status, and then he came around, and all of a sudden he's charging in and going up for the points, and then gets the foul. It just goes to show they've got players who aren't fatigued, despite the fact that they're coming into game 6.
There'll be little signs. Fatigue is not visible. It's not something that we can have a look at, but you will see just little signs. But as the players get into it, the muscles warm up, you'll see flowing offense, and that's a big make by Ali.
9-2. Bangui. Darlan, oh, he's just unable to keep control of that. Mitchell Jr. gets it to a player in white. Beckscheider goes up himself. That is very strong. Weck unable to deal with that, and they get possession back, Ahly.
There may be a need just for Coach Nyenge to have a timeout to just settle the nerves, or just get his team a little bit more composed. They are rushing a little bit. That steal from Beckscheider, excellent, and that pushes the ball on the finish just a bit too strong.
Mitchell Jr. using Arabi as a big high screen. Eamon gets it back out. Mitchell Jr. safe at the back. Taken by that man, Nyangwek. Darlan decides to go himself. Tapped in, Beckscheider. Does really well. Now they got a few more seconds to shoot. Darlan's three-pointer. That's very scrappy, isn't it?
They are now like 10% from the field. They just can't buy a bucket at any stage in this early going.
Lyons. Oh, sumptuous drive through by Lyons. Delicate touch.
And in contrast, on the other end, it's just all systems go for Ahly, who are perfect on the inside. 4 of 4 now on the interior.
Beckscheider. Jim Rabai, he's got his time, he can get his range, he gets his range, and that's a fine score indeed. he gets 2 points from there.
Finally unlocks a field goal from open play.
Someone found the skeleton key. Drive through, Prince Ahly. Ayman goes up, Ayman. Oh, he loves that kind of score, doesn't he? Right in front of his home crowd. Big three.
Fantastic from the three-point line. He has been shooting it at 44%. And here you go. Another one from Ayman, and that's how you bring it into the timeout. And Lion with the line drives. The Lion roars, picking up two.
Big play. 14-4, Ahly of Egypt, 10-point lead. We'll take a small break. Party time here in Cairo, here in Egypt, as we enter the last 4:16 of the first quarter, and Darlan goes under and up, but he doesn't get the points. Quick, fast start as they come out of the timeout. Arabi has the ball taken out of his hands, but Ahly picks it up. Prince Ahly out wide. Mitchell Jr.
A definite play to try and up the tempo out of the timeout, and almost gets a bucket for Bangui.
Got to go for a shot. Oh, bring it on. The Lions are charging.
That is a teardrop from Lions as it drops in and brings a couple of tears to Bangui on the floor.
Oh, look at that, Jim Rabbi putting in a big three as well. I'm matching him in a big style.
They needed a score, and Captain Jim Rabbi ready to answer the call.
Mitchell Jr. Arabi, of course he's going to get it. The second attempted tip. And the ball goes out, but the last touch was coming from Weck.
Stays with Ahly.
17-7. Bangui, of course, with 3 wins out of their 5. Ahly goes up. Oh, that is monstrous from Ahly.
They shoot the ball just so fluently. That's their third make from three-point land.
A monster 3. Darlan checks, gets it out to Jim Rabbi, gets rid of Arabi. That is beautiful play. That's the kind of basketball that we've seen them play, Bangui, before.
Now playing a kind of point forward is Jim Rabbi, and importantly finding the right passes and right touches.
I'm in, 3. Arabi, Jim Rabbi's there. Oh, that's really well stolen, isn't it? Fantastic play from Darlan. Darlan spinning as well, the full business, but he loses possession. Lions taking it. Mitchell Jr. Little touch. Thrown out to Lions. Oh! Bucket magic from Lions. It knocks down a 3.
The sniper scope is focused and locked in, and another one for Lions.
14-point lead, that is. He's up to 8. 4 of 7. Jim Rabbi goes high over Arabi. Darlan, good strength from Darlan, but he's losing possession. He's doing the hard work, and then he's losing the ball afterwards.
I always feel that it's forcing it just a little bit at this point.
Arabi takes the pass from him in. And how about that? This is a very strong statement from Ahly. This is the Ahly we saw last season.
You got to start well against the home team, and a drop-off from Ayman right around the body of Fuller. Arabi right there to pick up the 2, and Lions. Man, is he focused and just fluent on the offensive end.
25-9, 8 points for Lions. Look at that, he's missed 100% at the moment.
Perfect from the field, and gonna be given a break now as Coach Joubert goes into his rotations, and did hint at the start of the interview that he's gonna go a little bit deeper today and perhaps try and utilize more of his roster.
Well, it's 26-9 Kedju coming on for Arabi. Patrick Gardner.
The only man staying on the floor is Ahly for continuity in terms of how coach will be running his rotations.
We just saw Ngaife about to come on, but he's been told to just wait a moment. We saw how impressive he was in the last outing for Bangui.
Impressive he was. 22 points in Ngaife off the bench, and going to try to provide that kind of spark here for his sporting club. He needs to.
High off the glass, foul committed, and as the charge down that right side.
They can't be faulted for aggression, and Bangui Sporting Club. Vexheider has been aggressive. That's the third time we've seen him attack the paint. This time he draws the foul from Gardner. He's also been aggressive on the defensive end. Their finishing has been lackluster throughout this first quarter.
First foul going against Ahly so far. It's been all about them and what they've managed to do so far. That 26-point tally in the, as we enter the last minute and 15 of this first quarter has been really difficult to digest for Bangui.
Just executing at a high level, and Dalan frustrating. He was 0 of 7 from the field. They get a chance to just breathe and think about what was happening on the floor, and a chance to just make some adjustments, personal adjustments, and a great adjustment being made there by Vexheider sees him make that free throw.
Into double figures finally as Gizawi comes on. Gizawi's got zip about him. Out to El Gendi for 3 off the rim. He gets the rebound. Of course he does. That soft palm that he has, I mean, that's worth its weight in gold.
It's the anticipation of the tap, and just gets into the right place for that easy 2.
That's great score, that is, from Vexheider.
Does exceptionally well to keep his balance. Trying to attack the paint, he gets tapped, and just have a look there, clashes feet with Al-Ghazawi, and he is still able to compose himself, keep his balance, and get the score.
Gardner with a rebound. Prince Ali. El Gendi, Prince Ali for 3. Vexheider picks it up at the back. Straight down, and has been knocked out of bounds by El Ghazawi ahead of Nambai.
Again, great anticipation by Ghazawi. Understands the lob pass and its path, and he gets into the passing lane, taps it out.
Nambai. Vexheider. Nicely done. Doesn't get his range. Kedju at the back. Ghazawi swiftly moving up into position. Not afraid to just shuffle their feet and get themselves quickly up into enemy territory. The shot clock down. 5 seconds, and they're giving it away. Vexheider. Ghazawi gives it away. That's a good steal.
That aggression on defense again from Vexheider, picks up another steal, and he gets an important score for Bangui to close out the quarter.
13 points, the difference, but just look at that. Get in Ghazawi's face, steal the ball, drop him to say, I'm here. There's your layup, there's your score. Snake hands, I love it. 28-15, we'll take a break and we'll be back in a moment.
And then return to the opposite basket to make a layup. The first to do.
Welcome back to Cairo. Bangui need to show the fire in their bellies. They need to get themselves back into that Vexheider steal and score. Very important for them to try and hit back.
3 steals from Vexheider in the first quarter for his 6 points, and he's really been a spark, on the only spark alongside Jim Rabai. On the other side, Lions has been fantastic, and so has Arabi. 8 points apiece.
Ghazawi, El Gendi, Kedju, just moving into Ngafai, and then Gardner goes up for a long-range shot that doesn't find its destination. Picked up, Nambai. Ngafe. Rolly Fuller. He's going to go for a shot. Gets a long-range shot going in. Kedju with the rebound, picks it up for Ahly. Oh, they've nearly lost possession. There's a scramble.
they're going to keep trying to force the hustle points to see if they can't buy a couple of quick scores just to make some inroads. This lead is building up to be significant for Ahly, and that ball just goes to ground as Keju loses his concentration for a second.
Vic Scheider getting rid of Gizawi. Vic Scheider back out to Jim Rabbi. Jim Rabbi for three. Oh, is it going to go? Not yet, but it will, maybe. No. Gafe unable to get the rebound.
Well, nothing going their way, not even the bounces at this stage for Bangui on the offensive side.
El Gendi. Oh, that's nicely done. That lovely little short pass into the basket for Keju to rise up and score.
Masterful work from El Gendi. Lots of guile.
Yeah, he's just got over the line. Vic Scheider's got a great skills, good acceleration. Got to just keep an eye on where he goes, but he also needs support from his teammates.
Very athletic, stealthy even, with all of the speed that he has on the floor. It's that deceptive turn of speed that allows him to pick up some of the steals that we've seen on the defensive end.
Gizawi. Gardner. El Gendi. Plenty of movement, and then it's swung out wide, and there it is. That is Gizawi for a nice three.
As soon as he sets his feet, he's shown that he is very confident from the three-point line. Beautiful shot making from young Gizawi.
19 years of age. Ngaife coming up to against Gardner. A little bit too hard off the glass. Gizawi, 18-point lead. El Gendi goes high. Keju. Ngaife just getting caught up there.
Being kind of allowed to roam freely inside. We're not seeing too much evidence of a box out inside the paint, and there's Keju. When he roams free, it's anybody's ball, and then big body Keju can battle with the best of them.
He's got wingspan, but he's also got broad shoulders.
And he's got a deceptive vertical.
Mohib coming on. Mohib behind Keju, blocking out the lights. And that goes up. They're going to have possession back. Coach Julbe loves the fighting spirit amongst these Ahly players.
And Bangui have shown us fighting character throughout the conference. They just can't find any sort of flow offensively at this point.
El Gendi. Well, Mohib, he finds a little bit of space, a little gap, and then he just rams himself into the boulevard, and it all opens up perfectly for him.
And that's the playmaking of El Gendi, the awareness to find Mohib for the finish.
Well, he Fuller's range from down that left side. El Gendi screaming for possession. Picked up, stolen. Oh, he's Rolly Fuller has it pinched back out of his hands, a double steal. Gardner for three. Oh my, that is magical.
6 3-pointer for Ahly as they fully firing on all cylinders on the offensive end. 38 points they've been able to compile, and there's still 7 minutes left in this second quarter.
That is prolific offensive basketball from Ahly. Stretch their lead, and they're in fine control at the moment. 23-point lead. We'll take a break. Well, the thoughts of Francois Nyenge and what he's trying to do with his Bangui team coming out of that timeout. They've got some stuff to work on, Q, basically.
He is a defensively minded coach. We've seen what he's been able to put together in terms of defense, and now he needs to index on that because Ahly just scoring freely, and those 38 points in just 13 minutes, it's a lot of scoring.
That's a lot of damage. 12 bench points. I mean, we get used to the bench points scored by Ahly from the rotation from Coach Julbe. Here's Vic Scheider, little spin, tries to get The shot, Gaife getting caught up with Gardner.
Even the 50-50 calls, they go the way of the home team, and they need to find a way to just shift momentum for a little bit, a significant scoring run, and it all starts on the defensive end.
It's a second foul for Ngefi. Kizawi.
And the call goes the other way as Gardner picks up the offensive foul on the illegal screen. Second foul on Gardner.
Dalan tries to go around Gendi. Jim Rabai tries to hook it over the top.
He's been the one player alongside Wegscheider who's been effective every time he gets a touch, or at least showing some level of effectiveness here. Gets by the two defenders. He goes with his offhand. Doesn't get the roll, but does get a chance to go to the free throw line.
Keju picking up his first foul. Have to get that confidence, you know. Bangui, when they do pass the ball around, they look like the real deal. Their last outing, you know, was a fine example of how they can play. And notching up their third win in 5 was definitely something, you know, very, very special.
Very special indeed. Both free throws there for Jim Rabai. Maybe might be the spark that Bangui are looking for.
Gizawi. Hilgendi in possession. He's they're going to get possession back just down on the sideline deep in enemy territory. Elgendi, he opens things up, and then he does use that floater over the top. Keju picks it up, back out, Gizawi goes himself, trying to use the glass. Jim Rabai defensively solid, and Wegscheider's at the other end. That is in, that is a dunk. That's potentially something that will just trigger a comeback.
A dunk can trigger momentum. What a fantastic speed up the floor and showcasing every single bit of his athletic ability.
And it comes from those two guys you just mentioned, Q, as well. You know, it's all about Jim Rabai and Wegscheider. Gardner ghosts in down the baseline. Nice soft touch there.
Versatility with his left hand, and that'll just settle up the offense again for Ahly. They've got to go off the boil at some point, you have to believe.
Darlan for 3. Oh, it's gets stuck just behind the ring, and finally it goes out of play, but it's Ahly who'll pick up possession. Needed to get those points. They need to knock it down below the 20 and then chip away.
And you look at this touchdown pass from Jim Rabai. Wegscheider explodes up top.
There you go, shotgun pass. Boom. Followed up by a beautiful score from that man, Wegscheider. Underlining his agility and his ability to score in all different ways, which is great to see.
23 years young is Wegscheider. New Mexico University, USU Eastern in the NCAA. He'll take a bit of a breather after being the go-to guy. 8 points as he heads to the bench.
Kamayenge coming on. Elgendi around the outside. Out to Gardner. Gardner's shooting. It's a miss for him. Kamayenge. Ahly already in position defensively. Here he goes, Kamayenge. Has been flapped back, but it's up towards Keju. Nice touch from Keju.
Touchdown on the other side as Keju can catch and finish on the distribution and the pass from Gendi.
That's a great score, isn't it, from Thierry Dalan. Finally gets himself an important score. His first points tonight.
First field goal, that's 1 of 9. Might settle him down a little bit on the offensive end.
That's a very good piece of play. It was flung fiercely towards the screen, but it was picked up there by Gendi, who does a beautiful job.
A little bit of luck as he throws it up. You can see it was an error, but it drops right into the path of Gendi for the finish.
I think it just underlines just how hard he is and strong he is, because he knew it was going to fly back out towards his face.
Just overcooked it. And this is the combination of Keju and Gendi, who've been good, and one playing provider, one playing finisher, and then the reverse on the previous play.
They're having fun out there tonight. Wait, El Gendi. Here he is, goes again, tries to make the pass to Keju, but Keju just had a little slip.
His legs get locked up with Darlan, and it's going to stay Ahly basketball.
Gizawi. Gendi. Saran goes up for a long-range shot. Kofi makes it safe, and Darlan will not calmly take the ball up into Ahly territory, but well, that's a long-range shot and a bit of contact, and it'll work in their favor.
Well, this is how you start to get and claw your way back into a lead like this, and they started on the defensive end. They managed to just slow down some scoring on the side of Ahly, but that's also because of the rotations that Coach Ube has. And sometimes when you rotate and you bring in players, the job of the second unit to try and make sure that they maintain momentum from the first hasn't quite happened that way. But on the other side, when the other team is just missing and it just won't go for them, there are ways that you can take advantage of that.
Cavalry looking to come on it with Lyons, who's had a nice little break on the bench. Darlan goes up for a second, and he'll get a third chance to try and make it a 20-point lead with 3:40 left in the second.
76% free throw shootout throughout competition. He makes all three. Nasser, wonderful pass. Sumptuous. That is absolutely brilliant. Mohib down in the corner. We haven't seen Mohib for 3 games, and he's finally back on the floor, providing some much-needed offense on the baseline.
Darlan. Jim Rabai, nicely done. Beautiful link-up play between those two.
9 points for Jim Rabai.
Lyons drops it into the path of Keju. And he gets flung to the ground. There was definitely contact there, and a little shake of the head. He'll go up to the free throw line.
Darlan, the guilty party on this one. You look at the pass from Lyons perfectly into the path of Keju, and there it is. Darlan coming across on the help, but illegally so.
Second foul for Darlan. Eamon being rested. I think that, you know, when you've got a player who's coming back from a shoulder injury, you know, creeping into this Nile conference each and every game, as we see Keju slam down that first shot there, but Eamon coming back from that shoulder injury and gradually building up minutes, got himself 30 minutes, but with this kind of a lead, you can literally leave him on the bench for a few extra minutes, you know, just that he recovers properly, and we don't overuse a player who needs to be pampered a little bit because of recovery.
But, you know, I'm pretty sure that I don't want to make a statement in this final game. You know, they are the defending champions and they are at home, so something to try and please the home crowd with.
Darlan for a 3. Gets flicked back out. Here he is once again, the ever-dangerous Lyons. Lyons does lose possession. And getting in there, and Weck was getting caught up there. He seems to be okay.
This game is really, let's just drain the play right now. When Lyons comes in, just trying to get by the defense. You see how skillful he is in his control and handle.
Nasser. Lions down into the corner. Kedju's been called here.
The illegal screen. And he's really irate and unhappy with the call. And now a moment between Kedju and Darla, and then there's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on here.
No, for sure. There's fired up, and Darlan will just like get straight back in there. Rolly Fuller, just look at that. Let's have a look at this again. And it's a technical foul, isn't it?
He picks up a tick now, does Darlan. He's having a conversation with the bench on the other side and Kedju. And he picks up a technical foul. And so does the coach.
Here we go, Wegscheider. A little bit of drama, Q.
Lots of drama.
We've had plenty of that this week. Rolly Fuller. Traveling call, Jim Rabbi. Frustration for Bangui.
Well, that third foul sees Darlan go to the bench. And what we may see is Ahly also just ramp up the intensity, because that exchange on the other side, and Augusti Jobe picking up a technical foul as well.
Yeah, but they've got feisty players on the on the floor at the moment. Moheb goes for an acceleration, and you're not going to keep that out. Great drive, great score there from Moheb. But when you've got Kedju on the, and you've got Saran, these players, they'll get in your face. They'll make it really complicated for you.
Definitely. And then referees will keep an eye on the contact situations on the floor.
Here's Weck. There's Wegscheider, tries to get the shot in. And Nambai unable to keep it in play.
9th turnover that will be for Bangui. Just a little bit of needle, and it does make it tense on the floor for players, coaches, and the referees.
1:25 left on the clock for this second quarter. Ball comes out for a long-range shot, and well, it's not going to happen. And again, more contact.
Off the ball contact, and that contact situation between Nyangwek and Sawan.
There's another little tussle taking place. How many tussles have we got?
All of them. Every single matchup is a tussle at this point.
It definitely is. Going Saran. There you go, you can see the replay. A little body check from Weck, who picks up his second.
Saran's been playing about 10 minutes a game for 6 points. 31-year-old power forward in Egypt.
Knocks it down perfectly. Both free throw shots. Well, just dropping it over the top. That is a fine score. Nambai doing the business.
Well, someone has got to give this team some offense, and nice take, and finally they get a ball that rolls their way and just drops in.
And now it's Saran getting caught up once again with Nyangwek.
The referees will keep a very close eye on this. We might even see replays start to come out, because what's happening off the ball threatens to turn a little bit unsportsmanlike, dirty, with the niggle and needle in it. You want to see competition, but you want to see fair competition, hard competition, and legal competition.
Weck's on 3 personal fouls, and yeah, there's the attention's not exactly on the player with the ball, but
all the off-the-ball contact situation, wherever there's a screen or a matchup. A little bit of lull in the stadium as, you know, they try to feel exactly what's happening on the floor. Sarhan, 3 or 4. Last trip to the charity stripe.
Yeah, good shooting from Sarhan. Oh, leg Scheider. And was there a foul by Lions? I think there is. And that's foul number 5, so to the free throw line he'll go. Lions picking up his first foul.
"13 points, 6 assists in his first start. Scheider, and then 21, 5, and 3. He's just continued to grow with confidence. Former BWB and then MVP and NBA Africa alumni. Born in the town of Bangui. Happy to be playing for a Bangui Sporting Club.
That's just great. High ball going up, and he gets a touch to it. Can he keep the ball in play? That's nicely done. Excellent play there by Rolly Fuller. Scheider just getting a fingertip. Read it wonderfully. He goes around the outside. What options has he got? Jim Rabai. Back to Scheider. Rolly Fuller wants it, but it's shot clock down to 8. Goes out to Rolly Fuller. 3-point shot. Oh, it's a put-in, and it's a beautiful one from Yang Wek.
Important one. Wek is locked in. Wek is trying to spark this team, whether it's with his physicality and with his scoring.
Lions drops it in for Keju. Well, is that Rolly Fuller who just gets in his way, or will it be Wek? If it's Wek, he's on 4, and he is on 4. That's not a good scenario. Just put himself in a position where he'll need to go off, and it's not even the end of the first half.
So he's going to force Coach Francois Nyenge to go and get Ngaife off the bench. We might even see him go a little bit more than his eight-man rotation if this fouling frequency continues.
Keju off the glass. 6th point for him as we see Wek replaced by Ngaife, as you mentioned, Q. 53-32. It's still around about that 20-point barrier, but now they get possession back on this occasion. Bangui.
4 seconds left.
Was the good effort that was from Scheider, but he doesn't get the points. Well, look at this. Ahly 53, Bangui 32. It's a demonstration, it's a demolition. Can they clamber back, Bangui? Can they hit back? They've got to find answers.
They have to find answers. They really have struggled from the field. And it has not only been defense, they just haven't been able to make shots.
We'll be back with the highlights coming soon.
BAL.com and on social media all season long.
To be perfectly honest with you, Q, I think that this Bangui team, they must be stinging. It must be quite complicated for them to sort of try and get themselves away from the pain that they're feeling, because that's a big lead that Ahly have picked up. It's 21 points, and you can see that Lions, Scheider, that's the matchup between the comparison, if you like, of these two players.
And Scheider's played 17 of the 20 minutes that were available, and on the other side, Lions played only 11. So, the use of rotation from Coach Joby allows maybe just a little bit more freshness, so we can see these starting 5 and perhaps some of the more experienced players get more usage, especially here in the second half, if they choose to turn on and turn up the intensity, because what we saw in that first half was certainly a little bit of niggle, a little bit of needle, and there's no love lost at all on the floor. And Darlan picking up that 3rd foul, he'll come out. He had quite a bit to say to the bench and Coach Auguste Joube. I don't think that'll be forgotten, but Ehab Amin coming back out alongside what was almost a starting five. Only changes. Abu Nasser comes in, and a strong statement being made to start out here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Lyons is still on the bench, but Darlan's there. But of course, the problem is that they don't have Weck, who's picked up 4 fouls, so he'll be brought on a little bit later on. But they do have N'Guy. Here we go for the start of this second half of the final half of the Nile Conference. The 2 final quarters of the 12 games that we've seen here in Cairo. Amin, way downtown, flaps it back out, picked up nicely by Darlan. That's a great pass in the Jim Rabbi, and he gets fouled by Mitchell Jr.
A great feed to the Jim Rabbi from Darlan. He had 8 assists in their last outing, and it is a part of his game that I think is underrated. He gets to drop the ball off right there to Jim Rabbi, and it's also a way for him to get into the flow of the offense.
No, absolutely. And it's the quick transition, and that was good from Begshide. Just saw how quickly Darlan was just moving and transferring himself into enemy territory. And the second is good.
You can count that 1 of 2, and they now have a 20-point deficit that they need to try and claw back into.
I thought the clawing was only reserved for Lions.
I mean, I should have just kept it for him.
Come on, Q. Mitchell Jr. going out the bucket, doesn't fall. It's been picked up by Arabi. He's not moving, is he? From there, Jim Rabbi. Out wide. Long range shot. That is sensational from Ahly.
We've seen Ahly connect from long range consistently, and when he sets his feet, he is dangerous.
Darlan. Jim Rabbi goes himself. Good work from Jim Rabbi, tries to get it over the top of Mitchell Jr. Doesn't happen. Oh, that's nearly a very good steal from Begshide away from Amin, who doesn't lose the ball very often.
He doesn't lose the ball very often, but again, we continue to see the work from Begshide. Touches, deflections, and it's just a persistent presence on the defensive end.
Francois Nyenge must be of Cameroon, the former coach of FAP from Cameroon. Took part in the first 2 editions of the BAL. Amen. Carries up the court. Prince Ali for 3.
Streaky is not the right word, but he's definitely starting to heat up as Ali hits his second one from long range to open up his scoring here in the second half.
His hands are on Fuego. Jim Rabbi. N'Guy tries to go around Arabi. That's a traveling call on him. And you can see that Arabi, there's a little bit of mockery there.
Solid defense. He will put his body into that big frame. Can't shift him, and because he can't shift him, he gets caught in trouble. Turns the ball over.
He's such a colossal human being that it's really difficult to try and do anything around him.
Man mountain.
Mitchell Jr. Oh, that's another stupendous long-range shot from Mitchell Jr. All smiles, celebration, high fives, low fives. They're happy as Larry. That is a big score.
The third make from the three-point line as they go 3 for 3 in a row, and they force a timeout here on the floor. Mitchell this time on the back of 2 makes from Ali, and Ahly in full control.
Back soon after the break. 62-33, Bangui are behind, and they need to, try something different to get themselves back into this, because Ahly have got an answer to absolutely everything. We're seeing the defending champions play like champions.
They certainly are functioning and playing some amazing basketball in front of the home crowd. This is the biggest crowd we've seen in all of the days here at the Nile Conference.
Yeah, big crowd, lots of noise, lots of support every time that Ahly get themselves points. Here's Ahly trying to deal with Darlan, goes down, and it's great work. Doesn't shift his body, it's gone down, and that's Rolly Fuller. And Rolly Fuller getting an important layup.
And that's how you get your star scorer in. It's the easy twos, the work on the defensive end on the glass from Darlan and the pass out to Fuller.
Prince Ali gets up gingerly from that contact there as he fails to score points. Aiming, and a long-range shot coming in. Everything working there at the moment. That is sensational from Nasser. That is rocket science.
It's so tough. It's like pick your poison in terms of Bangui. They don't know where to go out because all of the guards making open long-range shots.
Gaife getting caught out with Orabi. Orabi will foul there, and that'll be his first today.
Lead now 30 points. Gaife hasn't been as effective as we saw him in the last outing where he went for 20 and just really was a spark plug. They need a similar kind of effect from him in this all-important encounter for Bangui Sporting Club. 22 points and 11 rebounds he had off the bench. Something similar, but it's a different prospect inside the paint, a little bit more experience in the form of Orabi.
Yeah, but the landscape changes for every game, doesn't it? And, you know, I think that with Orabi, you do have a really awkward, big bloke who's going to make life tough for you in every way.
Yeah, big body who gets involved on the physical side of the game.
Back to Mitchell Jr. He scored from there before, but he didn't score from there this time. Jim Rabbi picks it up. This is where they need to make sure these transition points are going to turn into something. Oh, that is delightful. Mid-range two from the front.
Some light for Bangui on the offensive end.
Well, at 26, who knows? We've seen leads been chopped down like that many times. Nasser gets the ball out, aim in for the three, that's not good, off the metal, but Orabi picks it up, the biggest bloke here in Cairo. Nice touch from Emin, lovely pickup from Amin, from Orabi.
Second chance points, the rebound is converted, and Amin right there to finish it up.
Fuller's shot comes back out. Prince Ali, 5:40 left in the third quarter.
Working against the zone.
Prince Ali, shot clock down to 3, rolls back out, made safe by Darlan. He wants to get away from Orabi, does really well to get rid of him, is Rolly Fuller. Rolly Fuller goes on a bit of a wander, tries to get the ball back out, picked up by Gaife, swung out into the corner, Darlan for 3, comes back out once again, picked up by Jim Rabbi. Seconds go back up onto the shot clock. Bergscheider. Down to 6, need to get the shot in. 3 seconds to get it in. Oh, put it in like that. Darlan, danger.
Darlan does that with one shoe on. He's got no shoe on his left foot.
That's dangerously, as very slippery on this surface, isn't it? But look, they're going to get points. It looks like it's Darlan showing it.
Unbelievable.
He needs his sneaker. He's got his sneaker back, and he's back on the ground. And he asks kindly Kelsey Reynolds to just blow the whistle, please, because that is just super dangerous otherwise. He scored that!
Unbelievable, made the shot and then was trying to play defense and then still managed to get up the floor and get the finish with just one shoe.
Shoeless Darlan scores epic layup. I mean, you know, you could make the headlines big time.
Well, that's just one way to try and...
Look at that pass from Bergscheider, top quality. He comes up, he lifts off,
he takes off
from
on
his
the
sock
left
foot.
Exactly, and manages to keep traction.
Come on!
Unreal.
What an athlete.
There's so many firsts. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen it. He deserves a round of applause for that. That is magnificent.
Well, it takes him up to 10 points.
Mitchell Jr., little tip in, doesn't happen. And here he is, Dallin once again. This will fire him up as well. He goes right through the middle, around Mitchell Jr., and he gets contact there as well.
Right, it certainly has seemed to make him up his intensity a little bit. He goes down hard. And he's pointing at his elbow.
Yeah, pointing to his right elbow there. Straight to the free throw line. Well, he's stealing a little bit of the Ahly thunder at the moment.
I keep going back to that moment in the first half. He has to steal some of the thunder because he got a technical foul and forced a technical foul from the Ahly bench. So the only response you can have is on the floor.
Well, he's
and that's where he lost his shoe.
Oh, there it is. There's the shoe. What's so? How did he lose his shoe? He just got snagged, didn't it, down the side there? And oh well, it doesn't matter. That's how focused and locked in on the game he is.
He got 5 points without a shoe.
There you go. I don't know anybody who's done that. Rolls back out. Needs to. It is another BAL record, isn't it? It's exactly that. It's. Nasser, amen. Darting into the paint, goes out wide, Prince Ahly. And contact. And they give the ball back to Bangui.
Ahmed gets called for the foul, the blocking foul, trying to just create a screen and block so that Ahly can get a shot off.
Prince Ahly, the first player into double figures there with 11. Here he is going again. Oh, that's nicely done. Buffet doing the business there.
And that's the ebbs and flow of a basketball game. Now Bangui are starting to find fluency in their offense.
They are indeed. Amen. Nasser out wide. Mitchell Jr. chucks it out wide. Amen goes for three. Does he get the three? No, he doesn't. It's been made safe. Who's there? It's that man, Dallin. He's the. Oh, it goes very high. That was very close. Rolly Footer. And you know, sometimes you got to make the shouts. He made the shout.
He took the risk. It is a risky pass to go up over, especially with Fuller ahead of the defense. But it's the intent, the energy behind it, the rebound, and then just trying to get quick scores for his team.
Lions distributes, gets it back. Amen in the corner, his sweet spot. That sweet spot of Amen. Oh my.
Likes the corner threes, and you're absolutely correct. It's where he finds his most joy.
Cafe. Jim Rabbi moving in a position. Tries to outmuscle that Mitchell Jr. Does really well. Mitchell Jr. doesn't budge too much, but doesn't commit. Here it is. Keju can't pick it up. It's picked up by Jim Rabbi. Down into Darlan. Darlan drops it up and goes in. Does he get? Oh, it's an offensive foul, I think.
No, they call the block. Darlan gets the continuation.
He does, doesn't he?
And Lions goes to ground.
Yeah, there's definitely still moving, isn't he?
Body in the wrong position. He was completely turned, and he gets knocked to the ground. Lions trying to spur the referees to try and trigger the replay system, but it's not going to work. Darlan gets another make. 15 now.
Top scorer for this Bangui team. It's 19 points. But they are still scoring points. Keju wrestling. That is not going anywhere apart from out into the hands of the Bangui player. And that was Ngaife Vegscheider. Rolly Fuller hasn't even come to the fore properly yet, has he? It's only on 4 points. Jim Rabbi.
The best period of a game offensively for Bangui in this contest.
2 left in the third. Amen, sweet spots. No, doesn't happen. Now, racing up. He's going to go all the way, Rolly Fuller. Oh, he doesn't manage to do it, but Ngaife has the ball tapped out of his hands, and they will just keep possession, no foul. Amen did super well there.
Pressure and just the ability to contest. Fuller deciding to go on his own. Lions illegal contest, and Ayman just were able to get a touch on.
Greg Scheider using Gaffey. Just a little bit too hard off the glass. Now they got a chance, Prince Ali. What about that for a pass? What about that for a dunk? That is massive, massive.
The pass and the finish, and it is Ahly who gets the dunk for 2.
.118 left. Long shot. Mitchell Jr. Now they got numbers in positions, and they got this man here, Lyons. Well, was it a shot or was it a pass? It doesn't matter. Kedju was there.
Definitely a shot.
Yeah, thank you. Jim Rabai, 50 seconds left in the third. Gaffey trying to deal with Kedju. Traveling call. A little bit of movement there. He's shifting. You know, he's getting teased by Kedju. Let's just have a look at what we just saw, this massive dunk. Look at this.
Point pass, and Ali skies up and rises up for the finish. Put your hands up in the air.
I thought you were going to start singing then.
The thought did cross my mind.
Come on, Q. We're waiting for it. Will it happen at the end of the NAL conference? Flung out to Lyons. Lyons, oh, it just comes off the wrong way. Picked up by Jim Rabai. Down to the other end. Oh, a little touch there from Lyons. Otherwise, Meg Scheider will have poached that, pinched it, and rattled it in.
They are trying to push the tempo. Really are just trying to get up above half court before the defense gets a chance to set up. That's just great awareness from Lyons. Trying to find Weg Scheider on the connection.
Jim Rabai. Weg Scheider. Last few seconds. That's a great score, isn't it, from Weg Scheider? Just he finds that little space and he says, right, I'm ready to just launch that shot.
Sure, Coach Nyenge would be asking where all of this was in the first half. Are they playing a lot better here in the second?
Long range shot coming over. They got a last chance to get a shot in. It's a little bit too late. That's not going to happen. And it is 74-53 and 21 points ahead, Ahly. Can they come back? So many questions. They show sparks, but they can't light the fire in a big way.
21 points to 19 in the third quarter. They play almost even, and it was better showing from Bangui. They will want to close out strong here in the fourth.
We'll be back after a break. Well, this is a wonderful party atmosphere here in Cairo for this final day of the NAL conference as we take a look at the game summary. It's the first quarter was just a rip-roaring success, wasn't it, for Ahly?
It was, and they continued even in the third with some nice three-point shooting. They unlocked 4 perimeter shots. They've taken 33, which is around their average. But when you look at how the struggle has been, Bangui are one of the best three-point shooting teams in the conference, and they've struggled with 2 of 17. Can they get it together in the fourth quarter?
Terry Dallan getting this fourth quarter underway. Weg Scheider. Going straight through himself. Hesitation. Oh, that is how to get rid of a defender. Let him loose and then go up yourself.
And we continue to just see how deep the offensive bag of Weg Scheider is. That's a great finish. Calm and composed he was.
Perfect way to start this fourth quarter, but what can they do? Can they build on this? Can they deal with this Ahly and just stop this attacking performance, this offensive display that they're brandishing, because they've got artillery all across the floor, haven't they?
Depth in rotation, arguably 2 of the teams with the most depth in their rotation in this conference, and it's all going to come down to just composure here. Ahly will take their time and make good decisions.
Lyons throw a 3!
Another long-range bomb as Lyons lines up that one again. 11 points now.
And all of a sudden, things change. 2 from 17 for Bangui, 12 from 35, 34%. Ball comes out to Dallan. Dallan's on 15 points. Weg Scheider's on 16. Mid-range 2 just to drop it over the top, but it's been picked up by Kedju. Lions, this time left side. Oh, it's just been watched and picked out. Too easy for Lions. Moheb. Gaife, this time it's a little bit better. Meg Scheider's in position. Need to just bide their time. They don't have to rush things. I think they're rushing a little bit too much.
And it's the trying to push the space and tempo up the floor that you see the long passes that are getting picked off by the Ahly defense, whether it's Lions or anybody else. They're just aware.
Travelling call going against Patrick Gardner, Egyptian international. Born in New York. Coming into just finding his flow in the BAL for his first taste of this league.
Getting 18 minutes a game, and he's averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds. Patrick Gardner, 19 points against the Warriors.
Dalan in possession, and Wake Scheider makes way for Kamayenge.
Just a breaking play, and I think the clock situation is being reviewed.
Gives the players the chance just to gather and just try and work out, fix a few things. It's always fast and frantic. Terry Dalan looks like he's a little bit out of breath. He's been thrown around the court a little bit, but because he plays such physical basketball, and it's going to be an interesting year for him, isn't it, Q?
It definitely is. Declaring for the NBA draft, it's going to begin the process of hopefully getting picked up by one of the NBA teams, and it all was made and announced here in the Basketball Africa League.
Massive news. Dalan goes up for a big three, picked up by Ngaife. And then Rolly Fuller still hasn't found his range for those long-range shots that we know he's super capable of fulfilling, hitting, nailing, whatever you want to call it. Again, another lull. This is where you really want to try and accelerate. This is just all about Ahly and how they deal with things. This is Moheb back out to Lions, and there's Moheb. Kedju with the rebound. Gardner tries to drop it over the top, a little tip in, and it's picked up by Rolly Fuller. The bigs are back in position. Rolly Fuller tries to go up, and in that is sensational use of the right arm from Rolly Fuller.
Well, his most quiet game on the offensive end in this conference, and he finally just manipulates on that drive and a little hook. 6 points for Fuller.
That's stunning as well from Gardner, just putting himself in that position, getting over the top, and just, oh, lovely.
Straight line drive, zero arc, but it goes straight into the rim.
Dalan goes up for a big bucket. Comes back off the metal and picked up by Gardner. El Gendi.
4 of 19 shot percentage now for Dalan.
El Gendi. Lions. Moheb, look at that. That is top quality, isn't it, from Ahmed Moheb?
You miss on one side, they make you pay on the other. And Moheb, great shooting.
Kamayenge. Jim Rabai. Rolly Fuller. Rolly Fuller's attempt. Gaffe just goes around Kedju.
We would call for over the back for sure.
Yeah, the clamp foul from Gaffe on Kedju. And that's his third foul. 5:58 left on the clock. Fourth quarter before we wrap up the Nile Conference. We'll be going to the Sahara Conference next week. There's a quick turnover, and it's next Saturday, a week today, that we have the opening games.
And that should be just as exciting. Just 4 amazing teams that are still trying to book those 2 tickets.
And we start off with no one else but the season 1 winners, isn't it? Season 2 winners, US Monastir from Tunisia. Zamalek winning the first, US Monastir the second, Ahly the third, and they will take on APR of Rwanda.
So debutants. And then we have a look at AS21 and Rivers Hoopers, the 4 teams that will close out their conference. And this is the rotation again from Al Gendi. But you have a look at what Coach Zuba is doing, and no starting players on the floor as he goes deeper and deeper into his rotation.
Comes off his own foot. Gizawi will pick this up, and that's going in there. Oh, it's going right over the top. Another chance.
Well, that's almost a comedy of errors, but a bailout call as Fuller commits the foul. Gizawi, and those are moments on the floor where you wish you could just hide and for a couple of seconds and come back up, and then, you know, let's get the possession going again.
84-59, Ahly storming ahead of Bangui Sporting Club of Central African Republic. We'll take a timeout and we'll be back after the break.
In support of the BAL-Africa League.
Ahly 84, Bangui 59, and Gizawi will go straight to the free throw line to try and get another pair of points up on the scoreboard, as the defending champions, Coach Shelby, would be quite happy with what happened. And I think getting that distance in the first quarter queue must have been a great sigh of relief, because he's been rattled a couple of times here on home court.
And like I said, it was a less than ideal start from Bangui, and they've still looked rattled ever since. It's been hard for them to get into their normal flow. But that's what, we haven't seen too many touches for Fuller, which is who has been their spark, their engine, and he really has been taken out of this one.
Yeah, no. And the moment you pick up 30 points, of course, you know, as your team's top scorer, you know exactly, you know, what's expected of you in the next game. Jim Rabai tries to get past Gardner, a little bit too hard off the glass, comes back out, made safe by Kiju. Saran, sorry, and it's been taken forward by El Gendi. We've got 4:18 left on the clock. This is all about time management, really, for Ahly. But they want to score points. They want to rack up a big score and make a big statement too. Saran. Nambai. Guffey. Goes high. Oh, that is just sublime from Nambai.
Superb touch, Nambai. You know, it steps into that one, and it's a much needed make for the Bangui Sporting Club.
Well, a good steal there. Can't touch it. And now it's beautifully put in. Excellent play from Nambai again.
It heads-up play as well. He had the presence of mind to get his hands on the ball and finish. 5 quick points for Nambai.
Sahan, El Gendi being hassled by the same player. Long range shot going up.
Oh my.
That is massive from El Gendi. Takes the foul, gets the three-pointer. That's a big, big score, isn't it?
Every time Bangui make a run, there's always a trigger moment, and Nambai gets right into the body of Gendi, and he has a chance for a 4-point play. Much to the joy of all of his teammates.
But the number of points at the moment, you can see 25. And if we have 25 points, then we know that that's going to be a scenario that's quite complicated.
Well, it could mean that the best third place will be decided by a matter of 5 or 6 points.
That's a great score, that is, from Kamayenge.
Kamayenge cutting in, and he gets the finish there. But 16 points, because of point differential and what the table looks like, is going to look and bring in that scenario in the two conferences. You can remember with the Nile conference, with the Kalahari conference already being played, you have a look at the Kamayenge again attacking. Third place in the Kalahari conference, so the Cape Town Tigers involved. But Bangui.
Gizawi goes up for three, back off the rim.
With their 3 wins, and with Ahly picking up 3 wins, leaves a scenario where you have to look at head-to-head first, and then what that could mean in comparison. We'll get into that a little later, I think.
There's so much happening here in the NAT conference. Tim Rabbi swings it out. Kamayenge scored a great... And he scored another great shot as well. Look at that. I was watching, there was so much happening there. He's come to the fore, hasn't he? 90 points to 69. 21 points.
I think to simplify, they got to look at that 16-point mark based on what happened in the first game.
It's exactly that. It's the points differential, isn't it?
Tigers are minus 41 right now in the scenario. Sees Bangui at minus 25. And they lose by more than 16 points.
That will make up. That will come to 41 plus, which means that there leaves the doors a little bit open there for the Tigers.
It does.
That's what we're saying. Well, Gizawi up to the free throw line once again, looking to try and get closer and closer to that 3-digit figure. The rebound's been picked up. Gizawi out to Saran. Saran for 3. Goes right over the top there. Gardner does well to keep it in play. Up towards Nambai. Goes for the layup. Beautiful score. That's nice and neat, isn't it?
You know, he's just come alive, hasn't Nambai? That's 9 points now. Necessary spark for Bangui.
Gizawi, Gardner! Big 3 for Gardner.
Gathers and hits Gardner. Growing 3 points from the outside.
23 left to play. No, that is massive coming from Nambai. Everybody's going for those big shots. Here's Gizawi. Gizawi puts it into the path of Hendawi, who can't take the pass.
Third time we've seen him take to the floor. The elevate player, safe Hendawi, can't get the connection from his front court, backcourt partner, Gizawi.
Kamayenge. Another 3. Nope. It's short. El Gendi will take that quite comfortably. Gardner. .8 seconds remaining.
.94-71. Timeout call.
Yep, think so. I think the referees are trying to look at some kind of a review there just to see what's going on, but the timeout's been called. Enyenge.
Well, while this is happening, this is the challenge for possession, and it comes off the foot of Saif Hendawi.
Just checking to see who gets possession coming back out of this.
Coach's challenge from Coach Bosch.
Throwing everything out there tonight, isn't he? He's got all of the players that, he coming off the bench, complete rotation. You know, we had a non-starting 5, earlier on, so he's obviously feeling the confidence that his team have managed to rally, produce the right performances out here this week. A few little injury issues like he said to you, but at the same time, to have that loss against the Oilers just puts them in a good position to understand exactly what it, you need to feel, you need to know how to lose sometimes to be able to hit back and become stronger.
And nothing hurts more than losing at home in front of your home fans. you know, the fans are loyal irrespective, but it can kickstart and has kickstarted. We saw it happen last year as well when they lost to Petrol. They came through to the playoffs and they literally made sure of strong performances every time it counted. And what we've seen is that kind of effect for this Ahly team.
There we go. You can see Lions is in the mood to move.
Well, he has every reason to move like that. He was, again, good on the floor. 11 points, Lions. Celebratory mood.
But look, you know, it's all about scoring points. Every single player in the Ahly team has scored points tonight, even those who have been rarely, you know, who've been used very little on the court out there tonight and during the week. Kamayenge. Ngaife. 34 seconds remaining. Foul committed. 94-71.
31.9 seconds.
So because we've still got a Sahara Conference, of course, we haven't seen any of the teams play there, which we'll find out starting from next week. We'll understand who's in that third position as well, to understand exactly sort of, you know, which two of the three teams will go through. So it just means that there's a door that's wide open, but, you know, teams are still qualified. It's only the Oilers who won't be going, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that we are certain about, because this best place third scenario exists. You have to wait until the conferences are done to understand who picks up the qualifying spots.
And because of the situation in the Kalahari Conference with the fourth team, Dynamos, they're not taken into consideration, so the fourth team of every conference is dropped, and we're just looking at the top three teams.
The differential between the top three teams.
Because all of the results between the fourth team and all of the other teams are just taken away.
Yep.
Does that make it clear for everyone?
I hope so.
Well, this is it. They're just going to run it out. They know. Ahly have and are crowned the kings of the Nile Conference. They will finish as the top team. They qualified in first place, top seeds from the Nile Conference. And then, of course, in second place, we will have the team of Ahly, Libya, who will go through as second. Bangui will definitely be in the pool of one of the three teams to be, but we have to wait until the end of the Sahara Conference. It's as simple as that.
They definitely will. They do finish third, but now it's maths and calculators. But congratulations to the defending champions to pick up a big win and close out a successful campaign here in the Nile Conference, and they will book their ticket to Kigali as one of the top two teams.
They will indeed, and well, that's been a fascinating Nile Conference queue, to be perfectly honest with you. So I think that you know, what we've seen out here today is a big statement for Ahly. Now they know what kind of basketball and what kind of a reference game they have going into, you know, Kigali. They'll know what they can do. They'll work on what they haven't managed to do and how they got rattles, and we'll see a bigger and stronger team in Kigali, I imagine.
And the fact that there's always permutations involved in every game, and winning is the best way to keep yourself out of the calculations. They did a fantastic job, did Ahly, picking up that win. 13 points as Adam Zali leads the way.
Let's go and catch up with Prince Ahly.
Congratulations, Prince. Ahly, in this conference, job done.
It was amazing, man. It was my first time out here in Egypt. It's my first couple of games with the team, and it was amazing, man. We played together. We had some adversity right there with the City Oilers, but we got through it, and we was able to continue, and it's amazing, man.
As just mentioned, this is your first experience at the BAL. How do you evaluate your performance?
I think I improved every game. From game 1, game 2, game 3. We had a little tumble there, but then I came back up today, so I'm very proud of my performance.
Thank you very much, and see you in Rwanda.
Appreciate you, my man.
Well, there we go. 4 from 8, but he put in a strong performance. That was an important game for him to, you know, come up and say, look, I'm also capable of, you know, being one of those players who can, you know, make a big statement and be part of this rotational team.
On a team that has so much depth, picking up a 13 points on a day when 4 players go into double digits, and when they hit 15 or 44 threes, and it just the assist number, those 27 assists, the way they shared the ball against the defense that was thrown at them, they executed excellently, and I think it was a great performance to close out what was a successful campaign for Ahly in this Nile Conference.
Ahly Libya Sporting Club 110-78 with Jalul Achwil getting 42 points and making history in the BAL top scorer. And efficiency fantastic from him. Ahly 94-71, and that's the victory that Ahly were looking for, to finish with 5-1. So it's Ahly Libya going through in the second place behind Ahly of Egypt. Bangui still with a chance to go through as one of the best third place teams. Congratulations to all these teams and all of the wonderful basketball we had here in Egypt. It's been a wonderful 9 days of competition. Thanks very much. And that's the standings, of course, just to give you the lay of the land. And, you know, Bangui down there in third place because they picked up 3 wins just below Ahly Libya. But it is, of course, the defending champions and Coach Chulbe, who did a fantastic job of leading the way once again, underlining their importance and flying the Egyptian flag as the Egyptian teams seek their 3rd BAL title in 4.
Well, and he's seeking his 3rd title as a coach. So definitely punching the ticket is the first step to replicating success. It's been a fantastic conference here in the Nile.
We'll see you in Dakar next week. Thanks very much for watching.